Hey everybody, welcome back to another amazing video by TBOGT 57, and today I will be telling you my top 10 missions in the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC for GTA 4. Um, my my ranking system was basically just if I remembered the mission, how much I liked it, the fondness, any way to say that, yeah, I liked it and I love these missions. I think the Ballad of Gay Tony has some of the best missions in GTA 4. It being my only game, I can't really stack it up to the other GTA games, but I think a lot of them are memorable and have a lot of great characters. But enough of me yapping away. I guess we can just get started at number 10. Number 10 coming in here is Parties Over, the penultimate mission of GTA 4. This is just when Luis gets a call from Tony just saying, "Oh, dude, we had everything covered. Well, we really didn't, but we forgot to pay the Citadel, and they closed the clubs. They closed them, man." So yeah, that happens, and then Rocco then calls Luis saying, "Hey, come meet me in the bathroom for some hanky panky." Well, he doesn't say that, but he tells him to meet him in the public restrooms in the park. Great place for a meeting about talking about Russians killing people. But Rocco basically explains that Ray Bulgarian wants someone's head in order to answer for the whole fiasco with the diamonds and the other Ray in the game fucking it all up, and the mission at the museum and everything getting fucked up. Just throwing every spice in the soup and thinking it'll taste good, but it tastes like shit. So Rocco tells him it's either you or Tony, basically, and Ray's expecting one of you to die. So Luis drives down to the Mason at 9 where Tony is being held. He sees Tony there. He sees Rocco and Uncle Vince. And Luis has to make a decision there whether to kill Tony or face it together. While he has a long time thinking about it, well, it's not that long, but he actually decides to kill Tony and at the last second decides to shoot Vince. So, his fault, not mine. I wouldn't have shot Tony either way, but yeah, he kills Vince. Rocco whines like a little bitch. Wah, wah, wah. You made a big mistake, mister. You're not going to be graduating this year because of that failure. He runs off. Tony's like, well, shit, let's get out of here. But Ray sends his men. And this is why it's number 10, really. It's the whole shootout scene. I just think the club setting is super fun, super vibrant. And while I struggled with that mission a lot, honestly, it was probably one of my top 5 hardest missions in GTA 4 and its DLCs. I just thought the club and the whole shootout was fun. Getting out there after clearing the club, sends cars, and you have the fucking explosive shotgun from Yusuf, just blowing the fuck up, just killing all these guys, and then it ends with Tony saying, "I gotta get out of town. Everyone wants to kill me, even you." So yeah, I just like it for the combat. Honestly, nothing much more. It's also the penultimate mission, so it's pretty good. Coming in at number 9 is technically not a quest. Technically is a quest. It's a random encounters mission featuring Margot Summers. And the only reason this is at 9 is because it's utterly hilarious. I actually died of laughter. Like, literally died. I got resurrected by Jesus telling me I need to finish this game. But, yeah, it's just, this mission's a set of missions, 2 missions, are just utterly hilarious. Luis is just walking down the road. He sees, oh, it's an old girlfriend, Margot. She's, oh, I miss you. Do you see all the stuff I got you? He's like, no, man, you crazy bitch. So then, while he tries to leave, she comes up and says, I took 37 painkillers and 15 sleeping pills, and I'm gonna die, and it's your fault. So then she basically forces you to drive her to the hospital. She gets her stomach pump. Whoop-de-doo, you save the day. And then later, her second part of the her little quest chain, you see her at Pier 45 down by the docks, and she's like hanging from this balcony, or not hanging, but she's about to jump off this balcony, saying, "Louise, if you love me, you'll save me, right?" Louise is saying, "I don't love you, but I want to save you. It's kind of a fetish of mine." And then she said, "I got this note, and it says that you pushed me off." Thinking about it, how would she write that? But whatever. So then she just proceeds to kill herself, and yeah, the bystanders think you want to that you killed her, but whatever. That's irrelevant. Honestly, I just think it's just a funny mission. Just a completely obsessive girl. Just the 37 painkillers and 15 sleeping pills, and just like, "I love you, Louise," and him just going off on her. I think is absolutely hilarious. So that's number 9. Not really a mission, but whatever. It's my list. Fuck you. But don't stay. Watch. Number 8 coming in is frosting on the cake, and yeah, this is basically the mission where Luis, Tony, and Tony's boyfriend Evan go and buy the diamonds for 2 million, and this is kind of where the diamond quest line for the other characters all comes into play. So Luis and the gang go down to the docks. They proceed to buy the diamonds, and boom shakalaka, Ray sending Johnny from the Lost and Damned DLC. Review still being made, by the way. Stay tuned for that. Sends Johnny and the Lost MC to steal the diamonds for Ray so he can make some big bucks on it, selling them off to the Jewish mob, not the Amish. I got that wrong. I love all religions. God bless. I'm not religious myself, but still, amen, brother. So yeah, they get the diamonds, and then Johnny just starts blasting. Tony and Luis get away in one car, and Evan, with the diamonds, mind you, gets away in another car. And for the story's sake, Evan doesn't escape. Johnny actually follows him, kills him, and takes the diamonds. That's how Ray gets him in the first place. But on the Luis side, what makes this mission so fun is you're just getting driven around by the guy who drove Tony there, and you're just throwing sticky bombs at fucking everybody. The Lost MC's blowing up, rock music is playing. You get on the bridge. He's throwing them at helicopters in the sky. Just a fun, action-packed mission. That's why it's number 8. No real reason, but I also like seeing Johnny too. So, number 8 for a reason. Number 7 coming in is Boulevard Baby. This mission is clearly the club setting. It has my favorite mini game in GTA 4 throughout all the DLCs, which is the dancing. And basically just everything about the mission. It starts with Luis going to one of the clubs. Oh, time to talk to Tony again for the 80th fucking time. Romans in the beginning. Pretty tough. Luis sees this girl that just went to the club, and they immediately hook up. So my jaw was on the floor when I first fucking watched this mission take place. I thought it was utterly hilarious. Just whatever, okay. You do you, Luis. Be happy. Gets her number. Finds Tony utterly drunk, just happy. You know, he's not happy. He's drinking because he's like, whatever. He's just drinking. But then he's like, I got a plan to make Rocco and Vince happy. So, boom. They start driving to Bahama Mamas, where Luis is told to hit on one of his old girlfriends, Monica, I think her name is. So, go down to the club, way livelier than Tony's club. No hate, but it's true. You start the best minigame in the series. I'm saying it, I haven't played any of the other games. Biased as all hell. But the dancing minigame, you start dancing, you start going all crazy. Monica then after succeeding, I don't know if you fail. How do you fail the dancing minigame? She kisses you and then does some takes Luis to the back rooms and does some sloppy work. Let's say some crazy mouth to mouth. Let's say. Then the owner of the club comes in and shit goes down. Luis kills him. She gets knocked out, and then Luis has a fun shootout trying to get out of the club. Honestly, I just love the mission for just the club, the dancing, the shooting, action, bright lights, everything a moth wants to see after winning the fight against the bumblebee. I don't know what that means, but whatever the fuck it means, but fun mission. Number 7, yo. And on to number 6, Not So Fast. Once again, starting. Blah, blah, blah. We're talking to Tony. And this is basically Luis's side of the diamond plot. He goes, finds Tony in the club. He's like, I think I know where the diamonds are being sold after losing them to Johnny and Ray. So he's like, I hear where they're being sold at the museum. So Luis is like, all right, I'm going. And Tony's like, I'm coming with you. And then he's drunk or out of his mind on pills, so he falls, and Luis is like, I got it. So Luis calls Yusuf saying, can I borrow a helicopter? And mind you, I utterly hate the helicopters. Honestly, I just fucking hate them. But I think this mission's just so iconic and so much fun to do. But yeah, you get the helicopter from the helipad, drive on top of the museum, go down the scaffolding, see the event that you see 3 times if you play the main story in the DLCs. Johnny and Nico selling the diamonds to the Jews. Luis interrupts it, jumps down, and the cool part about this mission is, well, it's rated so high because, for one, you get to see Nico and hear him yelling, just, you made a mistake, I will kill you all! That's probably racist to the Europeans or whatever Nico is. Sorry, I'm so insensitive. It's late, I guess. But yeah, you get to see this side of the diamonds. That's one of the reasons I love the mission so much, and Yusuf's in it. You get to see Luis's side of the diamonds. You get to see Nico, which you don't get to see him as much in Luis's side of the story. He's just not in it very much. And you hop in the helicopter and have, after you get the diamonds, I'm skipping ahead, reading chapter 7, I haven't finished 2. You go up after you get the diamonds, get in the helicopter, and one of the only helicopter scenes I enjoyed, you get to just shoot down police helicopters with the Yusuf's chopper with Gatling guns on it for whatever fucking reason. Just, Arab money shit. And yeah, park it, give the Tonys to diamonds. Well, I was gonna say that. Give the Minecraft diamonds to Tony, even though he probably wants netherite. And yeah, that's where it ends. I just love the mission for getting to see Nico, getting to actually have fun in a helicopter, because I utterly suck at the helicopter controls. PC is just a bitch for it. I guess I'm just a bad guy at gaming, but yeah, fun mission. Number 5, the top 5. Now this is the elite pedestal before I go off and say them. But number 5 is Blog This. Even from the beginning of the game, Tony is fucking itching his neck worrying about, out of anything he can worry about, he's worrying about this guy on the internet called the Celebinator. The absolute boogeyman of Liberty City celebrities. He's wetting his bed thinking about him. So Tony, after finally having enough of the harassment, the political campaign to shut Tony down, he tells Luis, send him an email saying we need a meeting. So he does, and that's it for a little bit. It's technically 2 parts of the same mission, but you send him the email and you wait a bit, and then Tony says, yeah, we actually we have a meeting now with the Celebinator. Come meet me down by the helipad. So you go to the helipad, you start saying hi to everyone, greetings, the Celebinator. My name is Luis Lopez. And you fly up basically as high as you can by the Statue of Happiness, and you just start beating the fuck out of this Eliminator, having him dangle out of the helicopter. And you're just beating him, telling him, like, oh yeah, you're going to post about this, right? You push him out, and Tony's like, oh, you got to go get him now. So Luis jumps down, grabs him. Well, he grabs onto Luis, parachutes down to safety. And when he gets down, you see he utterly shit himself. Probably will tell every one of his fans that he slipped in mud, but we know that's real shit. And it's probably one of the most memorable missions in the game for me. Just fucking the helicopter pushing him out. It's such a GTA thing to do. Like, someone probably did that in real life after this mission just to film a video to like see if it was possible. It's just so cool. It's such a fun and memorable mission. But that's number 5. Number 4 is Caught with Your Pants Down. Utterly the funniest opening to any mission in the game. At least in 4. Luis walks into Yusuf's apartment after getting a call, and he's in his underwear, just a golden Uzi in hand, with a prostitute or whatever she is, a lady of the night. Starts dancing with her. Arab money is just blasting, just catches you off guard. They're doing the C, as Phil Bell will say. Shout out to all my Phil Bell fans. I know there's one of you that's commented about it. Thank you for commenting. Love the support. We'll win the presidency in no time. But yeah, just screaming, just having fun. Arab money's blasting, and he's like, we're getting a motherfucking noose tank. And after all the excitement, Yusuf's papa walks in and is utterly disappointed, just like my father after he found out what kind of music I listened to. Excuse me. I coughed. Dry throat. Too much action last night. Whoa, didn't mean to say that. Yeah, so his papa walks in, says he's utterly disappointed, and says, oh, this is my business partner, Mr. Luis, and his wife, Mrs. Luis. Actually says Lewis, but whatever. Kicks him out and says, I'll call you about the noose tank. So after leaving, he calls you and he says, I'm going to give my papa a slip. I need you to meet me in the middle of this road. And Luis is like, okay, whatever. Yusuf comes out of nowhere with a fucking chopper. Says, we gotta go. You get in the chopper, you just fly off and into the sunset, basically, except you're flying next to a transport copter, and it's got the noose tank on it. Yusuf's like, I'll take the controls from here. He gives you a sniper rifle. You shoot the cables holding the noose tank up, which is, it pissed me off the first time I did it, but it's just fucking ridiculous. You shoot it off, you parachute down, you get in it, and you just you either escape the police or just kill them all, basically. And then when you're like, all right, finally done, you drive to the construction site where Yusuf is building his team is building a tower. He's a motherfucker, I'm going to pick this up with a crane. Yo, thank you, Luis. Just utterly ridiculous mission. There's a reason why Yusuf is my favorite character, and it's just for crazy missions like this. You're not going to find anyone this utterly ridiculous. But that was number 4, and yeah, on to number 3. Number 3 being the final mission of the game, being Departure Time. Ooh. Just letting them rip today, huh? Yeah, Departure Time is the final mission. Happens right after party. What's it called? Party's over. My number 10. I had to look at it on my notes. Luis has to go to Tony's apartment to go get him and convince him that it's not time to leave. We gotta you own this town, Tony. You literally own it all. Yusuf thinks he does, but no, it's you. And yeah, so you gotta convince Tony. Well, I mean, you don't have to. Luis does. And Tony's like, "You're right. We have to stand up for what we believe in, like freedom fighters do." So yeah, you do that, and then you go down to Funland because yeah, I don't even remember why, but you have to go drive down to Funland where all of the drugs are from the Russians. That's where they're gonna make all their money. And fucking Tony's like, "I'm coming with you, Luis. We gotta do this together." And Luis is like, "If one of us dies here, it's gotta be me. I got someone. I got the need to see one of us get out of here." So Luis barges in there, just kills all the Russians, blows up all their drugs, finds Timur, which is Ray's right hand man, kills him, and then he's like, "Oh, you're never gonna." Well, before he kills him, once again, jump into the next chapter. He said after killing all of them, blowing up the shipment, he says, "Oh, you're never gonna get Ray. He's flying out of here as we speak." So you kill Timur, hop on a chopper. You hop on a motorcycle, start driving to the airport. You get a call from Yusuf, and it's like, "Not a good time right now. This is all fucked up. These Russians are coming to get me." He's like, "Wish me luck." So you keep driving there. Out of nowhere, these Russian assassins come driving in. And when you think, "Oh, fuck, now I'm going to have to deal with these guys and they're going to fuck me over," Yusuf Amir, Arab Money himself, out of nowhere, fucking Tony Stark of the mission, in his chopper that you steal for him, starts just blowing up these Russian assassins. Oh my god, I'm stumbling. It just starts blowing them all up. He helps you get to the airport. Yusuf being the utter man, the best wingman at Hercules. I don't care if it's a gay club. Me and him are still rocking it in there. You get down to the airport. You see Ray taking off in his chopper. Luis fucking drives right up there, jumps on there. You shoot everyone inside after getting on. Ray comes out with a grenade. He's like, "Well, Luis, if you kill me, then you die too." Luis, being the utter badass he is, taking the fight to the man, to the government, or the Russian mob that's destroying lives in Liberty City. Same thing, basically. Kills Ray. The grenade goes off. Big hole. And in the final story mission, Luis jumps out with his parachute, going down to where he told Tony to wait. Glide down there, and in the final cutscene of the game, bumps into a homeless guy. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, man. You think it's nothing, but oh shit, he dropped the diamonds." "Quote unquote, dropped the diamonds." Scammer got scammed in Minecraft. But did on purpose. He just wanted the diamonds to be done with his life. Then he goes, sees Tony. They have a beautiful heart-to-heart, something in a Shakespeare novel. And then Yusuf comes out of nowhere, says the N-word, hugs Tony, and the game ends, basically. It's just a great mission to end the Ballad of Gay Tony on. It left me satisfied, and knowing that Tony is in GTA 5, it got me excited to play that. Still wishing Luis was there, but great way to end off my time in Grand Theft Auto 4 story, at least. Now, number 2 is one of the first missions of the game. I think it's the second mission, actually. So, second mission for second place, the silver medal, goes to Practice Swing. Basically, just Luis and Tony arguing. "Oh, you fucked up, Tony." Tony makes a terrible deal, selling the clubs off to 2 separate guys. What a smart idea, Tony. Honestly, gold star. You are smarter than a 5th grader. But yeah, he's like, "Oh, we gotta go meet Rocco." He's one of the guys I sold him to. So they drive down to the golf club, and Rocco's swinging at something. You're like, "What is that?" He's got a fucking union guy who thinks he's head over heels or some shit. His mind is expanded. He thinks he is the next the next big guy making the plays. He's trying to get information out of him, so he has him down in the shooting range, tied to a golf cart, and you're just trying to hit him. So he goes down there after saying some slurs to Luis and Tony, normal Ballad Tony activity. Um, and you're just hitting him with the golf club. Well, you're hitting the golf balls to hit him to get the information out. And after doing that for a while, the other union members, God bless the plumbing union or the construction union for their fast response time. They're quicker than police members responding to like a neighborhood robbery. They come down, attempt to save their boss, and Luis has to get down there to help Rocco. Kills the Union guys, and there is a car chase in golf carts. For being one of the early missions in the game, this shit just catches you off guard with it's just ridiculous shit. That's something you could see on Impractical Jokers, and it's like, alright, steal a golf cart with a lady tied to it. Just ridiculous. You do a chase with Rocco still driving with the Union guy on the front. You park, you say, they're arguing or whatever with them, saying, is this off interest? But whatever. That doesn't matter. It's just ridiculous mission. Tons of fun. Honestly, it got me hooked. Like, I was the big mouth bass. I just got hooked on there. Just such a fun mission. And I guess for before number one, I'll give you my honorable mission. Wow, I guess it counts. Honorable mention being This Ain't Checkers. It's just basically how they get rid of Maury, which is Brucey's Trump-esque looking brother, who is significantly shorter than him. Basically, you just do a race. I just had this in the honorable mention because while the race is cool, it starts with the parachuting down to boats to cars to finishing it off. I just like beating Maury, honestly. Seeing Maury lose brightened my day significantly. Like when you're a little kid and you finally like get that game you want. That's what beating Maury felt like, even though it wasn't his last mission. He's annoying. Seeing him lose made me smile, so that's why it's the honorable mission, as my past self of 10 seconds ago have said. But for number one, the Olympic gold medalist of the Ballad of Gay Tony missions, sealing the spot, is Yusuf Amir for the man who has everything. And once again, starts with Yusuf shouting the N-word and telling Luis that, I need your help. They start driving down to his helicopter. Oh, no, they don't, actually. I misspeak. They start driving down, just whatever. Yusuf is like, I'm gonna steal, or I need you to steal, a motherfucking subway train, Luis. And you're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I played that mission probably at like 2 in the morning, just thinking it was fucking ridiculous. So you get on the bridge on the freeway, you park just in the middle of the off ramp. You hop on the subway train. You start shooting down fucking helicopters, shooting these cops. Out of nowhere, Yusuf shows up in one of those cargo helicopters. Luis has to get down, I don't even know, disconnects the subway train, the front one. Luis then picks it up and just drives off with it after dropping you off. And that was all for him to have a legit subway car for his Liberty City theme park. Like, who thought of that? What dope were you smoking to think that was a good idea? And then execute it to being an excellent idea. Yusuf is the man, just my favorite mission, even at all of the DLCs and the main game. Just you steal a subway train. You don't get much better than that. Just Not too much story, but just builds on the best character in GTA 4. So I don't have to say anything else. But that's my list. This is a 30-minute video. I did not think it was gonna take that long, and this is all one take, including the coughs. So I'm sorry if you're scared of my coughing and I'm intimidated like I'm the boogeyman. I'm not, but if you made it this far, uh, thank you. If you would like, subscribe, send a comment, make my day. I'd love that. But thank you for everyone commenting. I really like seeing people actually talking about it. I don't know your username, but the guy who actually talks or posts a comment on every video, thank you. And thank you all for watching. And Johnny Review coming soon. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.